back to Mania Mania. I'm Minia, your main mini maniac, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more of me and hear more story times and just join the madness and everything. I'm not like my usual giddy self because this is more of a serious video. I have not talked about this situation for years, and to this day it's still kind of hard to talk about because you wouldn't think that people would treat you in such a way, but at the end of the day I'm a survivor, so if I can help one person, I feel like I did my job. So first of all, I would like to put out a warning to anyone that may be triggered by like sexual abuse or any type of abuse or anything like that. This is not to trigger anybody, so if you I have other videos that you guys can watch that are more lively if you don't want to watch this, but if you do, please continue to watch. Like I said, I'm here to help because I know people go through this and it's hard to talk about. I'm not a big YouTuber. This is not for clout or fame or anything like that. This is a person who is just speaking out to someone, to the world, because I understand this stuff goes on a lot, and people don't really speak about it because it's a hard situation and it's a hard thing to talk about. But I feel like if I don't say something, then I'm just as bad as the person who's causing people pain. So my story is when I was about 16 or 17 and I was going to high school. I was doing good in school. I used to I was just like a regular teenager until one day, like, my whole world just like it changed, and it changed with just with the message from a person. And I met this guy, and we were texting or whatever. I wasn't really interested in him at the time, but he was also close to one of the people that I went to school with. I had known her for a while, a little bit longer than she's known him, and she was supportive, saying he was a good guy and everything and all types of stuff. And come to find out, all of that was a lie, and I don't think she knows. I didn't think she knew. I do not blame her at all, because at the end of the day, I could have just left it alone. But me being so young and so vulnerable and just wanting to feel complete, I gave someone a chance that I shouldn't have. I will not disclose this person's identity. This is not to ruin anybody. This is not to shame anybody. This is not what this is. So I met this guy, and when I first met him, now the name I'm about to tell you is of the fake name that he went by. He told me his name was Brandon, and that he was I think he said he was 21 or 22. And me being young, I'm like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. And we started talking or whatever, and then a few months later, the talking started turning into dating. And I didn't really want to, like, see him in, like, a sexual way, because I was the type, I wanted to wait until marriage. I wanted to give myself to the right person. And I can say that didn't happen that way. So I ended up dating this guy, giving him a chance. And that whole thing about me waiting till marriage, that went out the window. It went completely out the window. But it was not a choice. It was not something that I wanted. One day I went to his house, and we were just hanging out watching TV, and he forced himself on me. To be honest, it changed me. It really did. Because at that point, it was like I was scared. I was scared to leave, because he would always tell me, that he was in a gang, and, that he shoot people and things like that. So I was scared. So I stayed with him for my sake. I ended up staying for my safety. At least that's what I thought I was doing. But it got to the point where I knew I wasn't safe. With him, even being single, I knew I wasn't safe. I knew I wasn't. Not even a couple months after we started dating, I started getting death threats from, like, other high school girls, because he was messing around with multiple high schoolers. Now, mind you, when I said that he told me that he was about 21 or 22, he was actually 25 going on 26. And I didn't know. I didn't know his real name. I didn't know his real age. And, it's just really messed up. But, it was to the point where, people were just taunting me, and it was just crazy. Like, I'm getting threats from people I don't even know. I've never heard of these people. I've never even seen these people. But apparently, these people knew what I looked like, and they apparently knew where I lived, because he would walk over and walk with them and walk past my house and point out where I stayed. So these people that wanted to hurt me knew where I lived. And he did that because he simply wanted females to fight over him. And I'm the type of female, if I have to fight another woman over you, you don't belong to me. You're not mine. You never were. So I refused. I was not. There is no man worth me fighting another female for. There is nothing in this world worth me fighting another human being for, unless it's for my life. Back in that time, school was hard. It really was, because I would run into girls and they would just say things, and I'd be like, who is she talking to? Like, who is she saying this to? And the whole time they're saying it to me, because he's texting them and saying one thing, yet we were supposed to be together, and it was another thing. It was to the point where I almost got into fights with people. Like, literally, because I'm not gonna, no matter, I don't care how small I am, you're not finna try to punk me. It's not finna happen. That's just not gonna happen. And I wasn't gonna let it happen. But he was messing with just they're all high schoolers. All high schoolers. And he would always threaten, to bring them over and everything, and tell us, he wanted us to fight. I wasn't fighting. I wasn't doing it. And so, come to find out, he was actually supposed to be taking medication, and he was taking the medication wrong. He would take his medication with alcohol, but he would only do that when I would say things like, I don't want to be with you anymore, like, you're toxic, I don't want any more of this, and then it'll be, I'm going to kill myself. So there goes the mental emotional abuse. He would always tell me, he's going to kill himself, and he would have like a big Ziploc bag full of like prescription pills, and he would have like those big bottles of Amsterdam, and he would just down them, just going at them like it was nothing. And he only take his medicine at that particular time. He wasn't taking them like he was supposed to take them, to keep himself calm or anything like that. It was like, this is just, I didn't think it would be this hard to talk about, but also I think me being the person that I am, I needed to talk about this, because there are so many women out there that's going through the same thing, and I want you to know that I understand, and I'm here for you, because I understand. I do. It hurts, but you have to understand, you can make it. You really can. You can make it. You can make it, sis. Or brother, whoever's watching, whoever needs to hear this, you can make it. You can definitely make it. Definitely. It was horrible. Every day it was something. He didn't like the way I looked. My hair was not good enough. I was too skinny, or I was gaining weight, so I was too fat. My boobs were too small. My butt wasn't round or like fat enough for him. And it was madness. And it was an everyday thing. He wanted me to look a certain way. And if I didn't look that way, I got yelled at. Like, it was always something. But at the end of it, I was scared. So I stayed, and I tried to just be strong and be like, you know what? One day I'll leave. One day I'll leave. I wasn't sure when I would be able to leave, but I knew one day that it would happen. Come to find out, the whole time we were together, he was engaged to a woman in the Air Force. Not to mention that he had 2 children. Now, mind you, this is nothing he told me when I first met him. He didn't tell me any of this. I didn't know any of this. I had to find out over time. I had to be sneaky. I had to, go through things. I had to go talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to, and find out information. Oh my goodness. It was hard. It really was. Because I remember that we got into a big fight, because I was so tired. Like, there's a point in your life when you're going through this where you're just tired. You're mentally tired. You're emotionally tired. You're physically tired. My grades dropped. I lost it. Mentally, I lost it, because it was like, I hated looking at myself in the mirror. I didn't feel I was beautiful. The things that he would say to me, I was just so self-conscious. Even to this day, sometimes I struggle with looking at myself. But I know me. I'm a beautiful person. And that's what mattered most to me. But that man tore me down every day. Every day. Every day. I couldn't go to school and just have like a regular day with my friends. There were certain people he didn't want me hang out with anymore, because my friends would tell me, you need to get away from him.